So this is week 5, Thursday, and we're on a new unit for quarter 3, math 7, and the new unit is on slope. Okay, so I said determine the slope and also the y-intercept. So remember, your slope is m, your y-intercept is b. Your y-intercept is always on the y-axis, and the equation y equals mx plus b by the table of values, right? Okay. Now, this can be translated to standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and try to do this. So this is your table of values. To find the slope, remember your slope, you need to write this down in your notebook. Where's your notebook? I also need your color, the pens that you had. All right, to find the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Given the fact you need to have 2 points, right? So here are your 2 points. Your first point is going to be x1, y1, because that's your first point. Your second point is going to be x2, y2. And essentially all you're doing is you're just subtracting the y value first, which is right here on the top, and then you're subtracting the x values in the denominator. Because remember, a slope is a change in y over a change in x. Do you see that? Right? Okay. So then for this slope right here, you get to pick your points because you have 5 points. Which 2 points look like it's the easiest to use? Which 2 points would you like to pick? Even if you pick the harder points, you still get the same slope. But I don't even think that's a point. A point is an x and a y. Like 0, 7, for example, because zeros are easier to use. What's another point that's easy to use? 1 and 9. Okay. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And all you're going to do is going to take y2 minus y1. So 9 minus 7. x2 minus x1. 1 minus 0. The order of this really matters. So you want to make sure it's in order. 9 minus 7 is a 2 over 1. So your slope is a 2. So you have your slope, correct? Now you need to have your b. You find your b by using the equation. The equation is y equals mx plus b, right? So you have the m, which is a 2. You have the x and the y, which is a point you're going to put, and you're going to use that to solve for the b. Do you see that? Which point here looks like it's going to be the easiest one to use to solve for the b? Usually the one with a 0. Yeah, no negative number, 0 is good. Okay? So plug this point into this equation. Go ahead and do that, please. So b equals 7. So there you go. Your b is 7. That's your answer. Your m is 2. Your equation. When you're doing your equation, you don't need to write down the answers for y and x. And the reason for that, do you know why you don't need to write down the answer for y and x? Because you have so many different points here. Do you see that? So it's not just one point. That's not inconsistent. The consistency is the slope and the y-intercept, because that's not going to change. Your answer in this case is going to be y is equal to 2x plus 7. Do you see that? Do you see that? Okay. So now I'm going to have you go ahead and try that on your cold. Oh, but the dough is like amazing. All right, which 2 points did you use? Is that good? Yeah, it's like tofu quality. Which 2 points did you use? Negatives. Okay. You can use these 2, or you can use the other 2. Same one. It doesn't matter. Okay. Slope is -7 plus 4 over 1 minus 0, which is a negative 3 over 1, which is negative 3. Okay? Is that what you have? Yes? Negative 3? 7 minus, or negative 7 minus negative 4 is a negative 7 plus 4, which is a negative 3. You got to be careful with the negatives. All right, so then your b, you can't find the b until you use your equation. Your equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. I will always suggest that you pick 0 and negative 4 because that's a 0 there. So you should have negative 4 equals negative 3 times 0 plus b. Do you see that? That just directly cancels. You have a 0, right? So your b is negative 4. So my b is negative 4. Okay? And my equation in this case is y is equal to negative 3x minus 4. That's your equation. I don't care which 2 points you pick, you should have the same answer. In this case, you don't have any 0, right? But if I do 1, it has a negative 17. That's a pretty big number. So I'm just going to do 4, negative 5, 5, negative 1. You can pick whatever points you want. It doesn't matter, okay? Your slope is going to be negative 1 plus 5 over 5 minus 4, which is a 1 over 1, which is a 1. Now, when you find the b for this, I'm going to use 4 and negative 5 for my equation. So negative 5 equals 1 times 4 plus b. So negative 5 plus 4 plus b. b equals negative 9. That is your b. So then your equation is y is equal to 1x minus 9. So try to make sure you get that. It's always this one minus this, so it's negative 1 minus minus 5. It's negative 1 minus negative 5, so it's negative 1 plus 5. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. Sorry. You're right. It is 4. I think I'm just tired, so I just messed this whole thing up. Crap. God damn it. All right, hold on. It's okay. So 4, right? So then with 4, negative 5 equals 4 times 4 plus b. So negative 5 minus 16 is a negative 21 equals b. Is that what you have for b? Check my answer because I don't know if it's correct. Minus 21. This is your answer right here. Okay. All right, number 4. These numbers are now getting bigger. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm just gonna do this one and this one. Okay, so now you have a bunch of negatives. You gotta be very careful with the negatives. So negative 9 plus 4 over negative 5 plus 6. So negative 5 over 1, so just negative 5. I'm going to use 5 and negative 9 as my point. You can use whichever one you want. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to have negative 9 equals negative 5 times negative 5 plus b. So negative 9 plus 25 is going to give you a 16 for b. So your equation here is going to be y is equal to negative 5x plus 16. I hope that's what you have, but if I made a mistake, let me know, please. All right, so for number 5, are kind of going back to, okay, definitely do not like decimals, obviously, right? So if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to use these 2 points and my slope. I still got it just dividing. For slope, you will, because your slope is going to be 2.5. Or, well, you want to use 2.5. You want a decimal, because if you get a fraction, it's going to be hard to find the slope of it. Or actually, you could do this, or just put it as 5 over 2. Does that make sense? Okay. So then from here, your equation is, I'm going to use 0 and 3. So 3 equals 5 over 2. Use that as an improper fraction times 0 plus b. Because guess what? That part cancels. So then b is equal to 3, right? And the equation is really easy because just y equals 5 over 2x plus 3. Yes? Okay, number 6. We're going to go ahead and find our slope. Our slope is going to be 4 minus 5 over 2 plus 2. So negative 1 over 4 is your slope. I am going to use 2 and 4 as my point, but don't think that if you use the wrong point, you're going to get the wrong answer. You're going to have the same answer, but it just makes it a little bit more difficult to do. Does that make sense? Okay, so 4 equals negative 1 over 4 times 2 plus b. You can go at your speed. I'm just going to give you the answer so you can check, okay? So then this is going to give me a negative 1 over 2. So 4 plus 1 over 2 is a positive 4.5 equals b, or it's a 9 over 2 for b. So your equation in this case is going to be y. Why is this not working? Okay, my pen's not working. Y is equal to negative 1 over 4x plus 9 over 2.